morning. Can we do quick introductions around the table so folks will know who's in the room? I'm gonna pass the mic. We're gonna start on this end.
I'm David Wright. I'm Planning and Marketing Manager for Gary Transit.
Nancy Fitzgerald Williams, Director of Parks.
All right.
Kiana Grant, Director of the Mayor's Office of Constituent Services.
Emily Gorman, Director of Community Engagement with AARP Indiana.
Dr. Janet Seabrook, City of Gary Health Commissioner.
Dawn Michaels, Habitat for Humanity of Northwest Indiana, Executive Director.
Madam Perry Lightfoot, lead volunteer for AARP Indiana and Gary.
For Martinez, AARP volunteer, I work for Maddie and Emma.
All right, let's give everyone a hand again, ladies and gentlemen. I want to echo what Erica shared. I want to thank Jocelyn and her team for always hosting us, for being a good friend and partner to the city of Gary. And it's up to us as a community to continue to support Jay's Breakfast Club, the organizations and small businesses that are trying to give us a greater quality of life. And that's something that we got to appreciate and very grateful for. Today is a special day. This is a unique format. I told them I feel like I'm on The View. But it's a unique format because we wanted to have a conversation. We wanted to talk about the overall quality of life in the city of Gary. We are a little bit over 1 year into the Melton administration. We have several members of our cabinet that's here, and our team, and we're going to open it up for some Q&A a little bit after this conversation. So I want to just put a stick in here. This intersection in the city, let me tell you how special this is and how it connects and relates to the subject that I want to talk about today. My grandmother, she lived off of, I would say, 21st and Georgia Street. We used to travel throughout this entire city using GPTC. And I remember it as a child. And I remember when I woke up this morning, it made me think about one instance where when you're a kid, when you didn't want to get up, she would give me very early. She would go to various departments within the city to whatever assistance or whatever support she was receiving as a senior at that time. And I remember she would carry this plastic decorative bag to go shopping. And I remember very clearly going to that fruit market that used to be across the street. Right here, y'all remember that fruit market?
Yes.
And I remember getting on the bus, and then she would put that bag in one of those traveling carts. And we would walk up and down Broadway to catch the bus. All of those are memories that I cherish. The memory of the values and principles that my grandmother instilled in me as a young man growing up in the city of Gary, and just the overall quality of life and having access to fresh fruits, vegetables at that time, something that I took for granted. And these are the issues and the topics that we have to look at today. And as mayor, it's extremely important to me that we figure out what can we do as a city to ensure that we're increasing and improving access, be it housing, be it healthcare, making sure that it's fresh, affordable food. Every day we're listening to the media, we're sitting on the edge of our seats because we hear about tariffs. And many of us may or may not know what that means. But the United States right now is possibly entering into a trade war with other countries, with Mexico, with Canada. Fuel prices might go up. Food prices might go up. So as we look at local government, we have to look and see what can we do to better improve the quality of life. There's some data in here, and I want to thank Erica for sharing this with me. According to the U.S. Census estimates for 2023 in Gary, there was 32% of residents are 50 years old or older. 24% of residents are 60 plus years or older. And 12% of our residents are 70 years plus or older. So with that meaning close to over half of our population, Gary is 52 square miles. I talk about this often with our chief of police and fire chief. Although our population has shrunk over the years, the footprint of the city still remains the same. And we still have to provide a certain level of quality. And I'll be very honest with you, and I know that you're going to be honest with me. Over the years, you may feel like you have not received that quality in certain areas. And those are the things we want to talk about as this conversation goes on. And as mayor, I'm committed to addressing the unique needs of our aging population and creating an age-friendly environment where our seniors can thrive. This is why today, I'm pleased to announce I'll be signing an executive order that allows the creation of Gary's first age-friendly advisory council. This council, consisting of 13 appointed members by myself as mayor, will serve 2 terms, or 2-year terms. Will be a part of the AARP network of age-friendly states and communities. So we want to acknowledge and thank those members of AARP, Emily and her team, and the volunteers that are here today. We want to thank you for being a part and allowing us to be a part of this commitment. And I'm confident that this council will help the city better understand and respond to the changing needs of our residents. And I would like to extend my sincere gratitude again to AARP for their unwavering support. Many of you remember I served as state senator for 2 terms down in Indianapolis. And AARP is downstate fighting and advocating tirelessly for the residents in Northwest Indiana throughout the entire state. So I want to commend them for their hard work and dedication. Their expertise, let's give up for them. Their expertise and dedication have been instrumental in helping us move forward with this initiative. Now, I want to introduce to you again, Kiana Grant, who is our Director of Constituent Services. Kiana.
Thank you, Mayor Melton. Again, thank you to Emily and her team for definitely helping us to organize and get this age-friendly council together. So thank you, Emily. I just want to give a round of applause. Support. And so I'm really excited to talk about the City of Gary's partnership with AARP and our shared commitment to building an age-friendly community. And so I just want to give some context to the program and the initiative itself, as well as our next steps, which is where the work truly begins. And so really as a part of the AARP network of age-friendly states and communities, we're joining a national movement which is dedicated to making our cities and towns more livable for people of all ages, backgrounds, and abilities. And so central to this effort is a framework that identifies key areas for improvement in our communities. And so I want to give you these areas. And so we have outdoor spaces and buildings, transportation, housing, social participation, respect and social inclusion, civic participation and employment, communication and information, and lastly, community support and health services. And so to achieve this vision, we follow a very structured community building process. And that includes 4 very precise steps. And so number 1, we'll develop a leadership team. This group will guide the initiative and ensure that we stay focused on our goals. And so what we've already done is establish a strong and committed leadership team through Gary's Age-Friendly Advisory Council. And so this council is comprised of local government, nonprofits, businesses, and residents. And so more specifically, I want to acknowledge those who are a part of our age-friendly council. And so we have representatives from Meals on Wheels, representatives from Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, Gary Public Transportation, residents of Gary, partners from Oak Street Health, representatives from Gary Housing Authority, Habitat for Humanity, Center for Workforce Innovation, Gary Directors, Gary YWCA, and United Way. And so I want to acknowledge those partners who will be on this council. And I'm sorry, also from Gary Common Council as well, and Dr. Seabrook, who will always remain a support to us. Thank you so much. And so we've already developed a leadership team. Number 2, we will conduct a community needs assessment, and that will help us understand our community strengths and areas for improvement in relation to those 8 domains of livability that I just shared. Number 3, that council will develop priorities, which are based on the findings from that community assessment. And lastly, they will create a strategic action plan which addresses those priorities, taking concrete steps towards making Gary a more age-friendly city. And so I want to emphasize the importance of the community needs assessment. This age-friendly council will deploy that assessment at several locations across the city of Gary. We have physical copies, which are actually here today. We will launch that as well online, so a lot of assessments can be taken digitally as well. And so again, this assessment is very crucial as it gives us a very clear, data-driven understanding of what our residents truly need. It's going to ensure that the efforts of Mayor Melton, the city of Gary, and this council reflect the realities of what people are facing and not just assumptions. And so again, as I mentioned previously, this is really where our work begins. And so lastly, by engaging with our 50+ residents through this assessment, their concerns will shape the direction of our work. And I want to also make very clear that the voices of our older adult community are essential to every step of this process, from the assessment to the implementation and the evaluation of our action plan. And so the Age-Friendly Council and Mayor will work closely with our residents to ensure that their perspectives are heard and valued. And through this collaborative approach, we are very confident that we can create a community that is not only welcoming to people of all ages, but truly inclusive and empowering for everyone. And so now I want to pass the mic to Emily Gorman, our lovely Community Engagement Director from AARP Indiana.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And Kiana, I don't know that I could have said any of that better myself, so I feel like you did it justice. But good morning, everyone. My name is Emily Gorman. As they said, I'm the Director of Community Engagement with AARP Indiana. I'm here today as a representative of the AARP network of age-friendly states and communities. And we are delighted to celebrate alongside the city of Gary today as they mark this incredible commitment to making Gary a more livable and age-friendly place for all residents. I would like to take a moment to recognize and thank Mayor Melton for his swift action in recognizing the importance of this work during just his first 100 days in office. His commitment and dedication to prioritizing the needs of older residents and ensuring that Gary is a city where people can remain in their homes and communities as long as possible is truly commendable. The AARP Age-Friendly Network of States and Communities serves as a catalyst to educate local leaders, both elected officials and engaged residents, and encourage them to implement changes that make communities more livable for people of all ages. The network provides cities, towns, counties, and states with resources to become more age-friendly by tapping into a national and global network of planning models and best practices. Overall, the program aims to help local leaders identify and understand community needs and serves as an organizing structure for making improvements. Additionally, there is public recognition for becoming age-friendly. There are resources for identifying and assessing community needs, access to technical assistance, expert-led webinars, and support and best practice materials from us at AARP. Becoming age-friendly isn't a finish line, it's a goal and a commitment to consistently strive forward. Membership in the network does not mean that the community is currently age-friendly or a great place to retire. It simply signifies that this commitment to ongoing improvement and dedication to making the community more livable for all. I thank you all for being here today and for your commitment to making Gary a more age-friendly community. And let's continue this work together to ensure that Gary is a place where people of all ages can thrive.
Thank you, Emily. And now we will have a ceremonial signing of the executive order by Mayor Eddie Melton, which signifies our commitment to becoming a more age-friendly city while also establishing Gary's Age-Friendly Advisory Council.
All right. Let me quickly read the executive order. This is Executive Order 2025-01. An executive order regarding the creation of an Age-Friendly Advisory Council for the City of Gary. Whereas a significant portion of the City of Gary's population is aging, and an aging population affects all, as individuals and as civil society. And as whereas Gary residents stay healthier and active longer, Gary is committed to adapting to the needs of changing demographics to serve the interests of its residents and sustain economic and social vitality. And whereas an age-friendly Gary commitment encourages active aging by optimizing opportunities for health for residents. And whereas where we choose to live, our physical, social, and cultural environment greatly impact how we live. And all Gary neighborhoods and communities play a critical role in helping residents live longer and better. And whereas the City of Gary is taking a lead in addressing the question of how business, government, nonprofits, and individuals will respond to the changing needs of our residents in terms of healthcare, housing, transportation, and other essentials. And whereas on February 3rd, 2025, Mayor Eddie Melton, the Age-Friendly Advisory Council, and the AARP are convening in the City of Gary to host a series of roundtable discussions on the kinds of policies and programs needed to foster innovation, to create communities for all ages within our great city. And as I close, now therefore be it resolved that I, Eddie D. Melton, Mayor of the City of Gary, Indiana, hereby proclaim Gary as an age-friendly city in pursuit of becoming an age-friendly city, committed to promoting, creating, and sustaining communities for all ages. And now therefore be it further resolved by through this executive order that the City of Gary Age-Friendly Advisory Council is hereby created and established as an advisory council for the City of Gary, which shall consist of 13 appointed members by the Mayor of Gary, each to serve a term of 2 years at the pleasure of the appointing authority.